Okay. Anyway, yeah, let's just do this. So my hits, yeah, we have Imperial Ledger, Belfray Cloak, unfortunately, and the other Spellfray Cloak. The Majestics, though, not too bad. So I got the Rainbow Foil Mask, which obviously I wanted. I got an Extended Art Regicide, which I obviously wanted. And then Rainbow Foil Blazing Yori. Let me get better lighting in here. I think that's going to be causing some problems for people. Yeah, that might be a bit better. Just to get the focus right. Anyway, Blazing Yori, when it blocks something Chainlink 4 or higher, it has +4 attack. So very good for the mirror match, not that good for everyone else. Okay, I mean, it's not going to focus, but you know what the cards do. I got a Rainbow for Deadeye, Rainstorm, Heatseeker, Buckle, and then just a load of random, you know. I got 3 Brainstorms, I got 2 Tiger Swipes, Diabolic Ultimatums, which is a really bad card. You know, I'm not super excited about those. But the Tiger Stripes at least, and I did, to be fair to myself, I did get quite a few Assassin Majestics. They're not in here. Final. You know, I did actually get quite a few Assassin Majestics. So wherever they are here soon, but that's okay. And you know, that's kind of fine. You know, I always say that if you are you know, if you are opening packs, you are doing it to gamble. If you don't want to gamble, then you know, just buy singles. If you're not like we all know by now that you just don't, you know, you just don't actually get the proper return. Oh, sorry. Double checking that everything's fine on the stream before I start cracking my case. And yeah, you know, you're opening boxes, you're gambling. That's just how it is, right? So once you embrace that, you kind of take the good boxes and the bad boxes. I will say it does feel kind of rough when, you know, some people get 3 or 4 legendaries in a single case or a single box, and then you open 4 and you don't get any. I mean, I know some TCGs in the past have set up like minimum seedings and things like that so that you're always guaranteed to get something. I don't personally think that's the way to go, but I can understand the appeal of it, having opened a case yesterday and getting no legendaries. So let's hope. We are looking for the, pretty much above anything else, we are looking for the Assassin legendary. I don't personally think any of the others are that good, though I like Prism, obviously, but she is currently banned, so I'm not going to be chasing Soraya until Prism comes back. But, you know, that is what it is. It's really weird that chat isn't online. I would really like chat to be online, but I don't understand why it's switched off. Can't really... Unless there's something else going on. It's weird. I've never had chat not turn on. Oh, maybe it's because I accidentally clicked that this video is made for kids. This video is not made for kids. Very much, you know, I'm opening a 16 plus product, so the video is very much not made for kids. Well, I've got the first pack open, so okay. I figured out why chat was not live. Chat is now live. Whoever wants to can come join me, and we can have a bit fun. Yeah, so that was it. I had it set up so that it was content made for kids, and they don't allow live chat and content made for children because there'd be creeps in the world. And that's okay. So let's see what we get. We get, you know, lots of commons. We're going to skip through most of the commons just because, you know, we've seen most of them. The art on a lot of these is great. sadly the card effect on some of them is not good. Okay, starting with a Majestic, Surgeon Aethertide, which is the new wizard weapon. 1 arcane damage. Go again, and the first card you play this turn with an arcane effect deals +1 damage where damage equal to the Aethertide. This is really good. It works really well with the Surge, so we can be kind of excited about that. Then we have a Blessing of Spirits foil, which is probably one of the nicest foils in the set. I don't know if you guys can get a good look at that, but it really is just, the foiling on this is absolutely gorgeous. That'll go in our little foil pile. So we're not obviously tracking everything. We're going to track Majestics, foils, and then anything better. I do still need some rares, so I'm probably going to put those in a pile, but let's put the Majestics up here, and we'll put the chaff over here, and rares can go here, sure. Okay, right. So we've got a case to get through, and then I've already sorted most of my collection this time around, which is feeling quite good, because the last time it took quite a long time to sort through. Assassin slot, foil, and then a rare and a Phantasmal Symbiosis. Symbiosis is a very good card. If Prism was still around, she would 100% be playing it. This is the one where you name a card, and cards with that name are illusionist until the end of a turn. The important thing is that, like, if you were using Luminaris and you named, like, Command and Conquer, you could then play Command and Conquer, and then you could go again from Luminaris on Command and Conquer, which would actually be quite fun. So Nyx the Nimble, Urgent Delivery, and then a Buckle. Okay, so 3 packs, 3 Majestics. That's the kind of start that we want, but, you know, we are hunting for those lovely, lovely assassin legs. That is the main purpose. And given the state of the previous case break, you know, I'm not feeling super optimistic about this one, just because I did not do well. So Fleece the Frail, we have a Reinforced Steel foil, and then a Blessing of Savagery on the rare slots. Okay. I mean, obviously, like any Marvel, I didn't get a Marvel in the last case. And I know they're rare, but it is always tricky. You get into this positive negative bias thing when it comes to case breaks, where the people you hear about who are opening cards. Okay, a Rainbow Foil Regicide, not EA, but still Rainbow Foil is quite nice. A foil Key Unleashed, and then a Scramble Pulse and a Tranquil Passing. Opening the set is quite fun because, you know, you do get into a situation where you do get multiple foils in a pack, you get multiple Majestics in a pack, you could theoretically get multiple legendaries in a pack, so that would be very, very rare, but that's okay. So I got an extended art Regicide yesterday, so maybe I'll sell that and you play with this foil one, or just find a regular non-foil one. Slay the Scholars. I don't need more assassin cards. Rainbow Foil, Madcap Charger, and a Blessing of the Cult. The nervous thing about opening a product like this is that, you know, because I play so many classes and I have so many collections in the game, that, like, we can very much get into a situation where I open 2 cases and then I still have to buy, like, £200-300 worth of cards just to play the classes I want to play whenever they're ready. And maybe I don't need to spend that and I can just buy them if they're good, but it's tricky. I kind of want to own the cards. The Wizard cards, by the way, just have, like, the best art. I mean, they really do. Nothing actually really compares to the Wizard art. Anyway, let's just keep going. Keep churning through these cases. I have been seeing a lot of people say that the cutting on a lot of these things, see, there's another double rainbow foil pack, like on a lot of these cards, it's a bit rough, but you know, I haven't seen super bad examples of it yet, but then I haven't really been paying that much attention to each card. Okay, Leave No Witnesses, I needed one of those. Flex Claws, that's fine. I needed one of these Runeblade books as well. This book is, like, really interesting design to me, because it implies, like, a sort of slow build Runeblade, you know, that kind of works its way up over time. But, you know, and that kind of style of Runeblade hasn't been that supported recently, so it would be interesting if it ends up back there again. Swell Tidings, okay. I mean, Swell Tidings is basically a better Voltic Bolt, right? It comes in for 2 for 5, and then if it deals 4 or 5 more than 5 damage, you get a ponder token. Any good pulls so far? Not really. I got a Rainbow Foil Regicide. It's not the AA. Mostly just Majestics. And then yesterday my pulls weren't particularly great either. I got Imperial Ledgers ×2, Spellfray Cloak and Spellfray Gloves, and no Legendary from that case. So I was feeling a bit sad after yesterday's break because I just didn't really get anything that I needed. Arachne, some Blessings. Nope, not particularly exciting either. Yeah, it's a fun set to open because, like, you can roll a Majestic in the Assassin slot, you can roll Rainbow Foils in the Assassin slot, so you can get a lot of really interesting stuff, like, where you wouldn't expect it to come through. But it can also be a bit tricky because we've seen some very crazy, like, cases where, you know, someone is rolling really high and getting a triple legendary box or case, and other people just not seeing anything. But it is sometimes the same with every set, but I wonder how much worse it is as a Cryptic Crossing in a set where, like, every slot can roll a particular, like, you know, legendary or something. On average, you will get 8 Majestics, 8 to 10, usually 8 non-foil and 10 2 foil. So, you know, that is just worth being aware of, but whether we get them or not, we'll see. Yeah, you see, when people start saying things like that, I'm like, what do you want me to say to you, right? You got a CF Emperor, a Rainbow Foil Emperor, Marvel Ninja Chest, and a couple CF equips. Like, yeah. There's always winners and losers, but that's pretty drastic opposites, right? There's a Rainbow Foil Buckle. You know, but then if I had a case like that, I wouldn't be complaining. So, you know, yeah, I've got a lot of buckles now. I think it's actually going to be a very good card, because it just destroys an equipment, right? Have you blocked with anything with temper? Okay, I'm going to destroy it. It just nullifies armor. Sorry, let's get that closer. Rainbow Foil Ether Quickening is very good. Immobilizing Shot. Immobilizing Shot is actually a very good card. It's like a 0 for 4, but, you know, if it has a name counter, they can only play 1 attack and 1 non-attack, and that's kind of, like, actually really good in terms of slowing the game down. That's a foil. Wave of Reality. New Illusionist Gloves are really good as well. They're really good. You know, they're just, you know, that 1 shield, that splitting of the block over 2. Oh, okay. I don't think this is the... No, it's not the Marvel, unfortunately, but it is a cold foil mech thing. This is kind of going to fall into the mid-range price, I think. But, you know, it's better than a kick in the teeth. And I'll take that over a Spellfray Cloak or something like that, you know? What are my thoughts on Crouching Tiger Katsu? My thoughts are, like, very much like all or nothing. Either it's an amazing combo that wins every time, or it's like, why are we here? I've seen it played quite well, putting up a lot of damage. There's kind of like a question as to whether or not A, the damage will be consistent, and B, if the damage is consistent, like, is it just the best aggro deck in the format? Because remember that, like, it is a combo deck, but it requires you to put a lot of 2-cost cards in just to get those combos going. So then you're kind of like, well, or 2-block cards, I mean, going. And it's like, well, how do I set up my combo when I've also got a deck full of 2-power cards? So there is definitely a bit of, what do I do about that? You know, ooh, Rainbow Foil Cut to the Chase, we like that. Rainbow Foil Spectral Tiger or Rider, which is not good, but that's okay. Yeah, the Mech Titan is definitely a good pull. Obviously, Marvel would be better, but, you know, that is the way it is. Last pack in this box, and then we've got another 3 boxes to go, so we've got plenty to do. Like, it seems with the Katsu thing, like, it's not just enough to play, you know, you really do have to go all in. It's another double foil pack. That always feels good. Like, it's not enough to just play a Crouching Tiger every now and then. You really do just have to play them like all the time and like set up that massive combo turn. So like, you know, I guess what I mean is if you're not attacking with like 7 crouching tigers and 2 of the cards that get +2 and create more, and if you're not attacking and they don't all come in for 2, you know, then it's kind of just like a bit weak, right? You know, like what's the point? So buckle, I got 2 buckles, I think. No, 1 buckle. Or foil buckle. Phantasmal Symbiosis, Surgent Ethertide, Emotional Shot, Cryptic Crossing, Swell Tidings, Leave No Witnesses. The Assassin Majestics are probably going to be worth the most. Rainbow Foil Regicide, which some people might want, even though it's not the extended art version, which I got yesterday. A Rainbow Foil Buckle and a Construct Mechanoid, which I'm quite fond of. I think that's really nice. No, what I'm trying to get at is it's not about the fact that it needs support or not. Like obviously it's a little bit, so I don't have to do it later. Like obviously it needs support. You have to play the cards that make it work, but it's more that your whole deck is going to be constructed around it. It's very, very telegraphed at the start of a turn. And the things that make it really explode is the things that make it really explode are the attacks that hit and then generate X more. But they only come in for 5. So, you know, a lot of people, I think if you start to get used to the combo, will just find a way to block those 2 attacks they need to block. And then they're just not that worried about whatever you were doing, right? So I do worry about that. Okay, we start off with a Berserk, Brute M. All my Brute M's are for sale. I don't play Brute. It's a trash class, but that's okay. You know, it's probably... I know it won a calling, so it is definitely getting better, but I just don't like the elements that it has in it. I don't like the art or anything really to do with Brute. Especially dice rolling as well. I'm not a super fan of that either. All right, still going strong. Plunder the Poor, Urgent Delivery Foil, gorgeous card. Deathly Duet. I think I still need some of those Deathly Duets. I'm going to have to go and grab some water in a second, just because I'm not very well today, unfortunately, so I'm a bit dehydrated, but that's okay. That is what happens. Don't eat the dodgy chicken. That is always the question. See, 2 Blessing of the Cults. An Ironsworn Pride. This is a really good card. I'll happily open as many of those. Yeah, no, don't hold me to the fact that Brute is a trash class, man. I mean, the chat's on delay anyway, so I can't argue with you. Ooh, Eradicate. Good, I need those. Like, it's obviously not. It obviously has some strength about it, but I just find that its core mechanics are not really, you know, not really for me. And there's just this element of randomness. I just feel like they're not really rewarded for enough, to be honest. Long Shot. Seer Stone. Okay. Still due some spice, I think. Still very much due some spice. Shield Bash is really good. I just saw one of those. I really like Shield Bash. You know, you can run 3 of them. It blocks quite well with blues. And then just the fact that it can do damage on the clapback is just really interesting. Like, you can potentially do 9 damage to your opponent in a game that they can't stop, right? That's historically been quite strong. And, like, unlike Steelblade Shunt or something like that, it's not conditional on them attacking in a certain type of attack or something like that. I do more shreds. Shield Wall. Spectral Possession. Spectral Possession is potentially good in the future, but right now, no, not particularly good. What can you do? Annihilate the Arms, another Spider's Fight, Rainbow Foil Withstand. So, like, the best thing about Dynasty, you know, we were chatting about this last night with some of the lads down the shop, is that with the Assassin slot bringing 2 of every Assassin card into the mix, within like a box, you basically get a playset of, or at least a blitz playset of every single assassin common, and the weapons, and usually one of the young heroes, right? So by the time you finish opening a box of Everfest, you're actually kind of sorted. Ugh, more Diabolic Ultimatums. Terrible card. You're actually kind of sorted in terms of, you know, having an assassin deck to play. So one of the main problems with, you know, like supplemental sets historically. Oh, there's some crimping on that. Mad crimping. Look, you can have a good look. One of the, I'll put that in the rainbow foil pile just to get it interesting. One of the traditional problems with supplemental sets is that there's no way to actually start playing in one as a new player. Like, the old players are like, cool, this is really exciting. A new player, if they walk into the store and they're just like, oh, I want to buy some Flesh and Blood, that looks cool, and they buy a box of Everfest or Crucible, they are genuinely making a mistake. You know, like, yeah, but, you know, so it's a thing. You know, whereas with Dynasty, unlike Everfest and Crew, if you buy Dynasty, you can still build a functional deck for it for a hero. Oh, for fuck's sake. More Spellfray gloves. That's exactly what I needed. Great. Getting the trash hits today. Yeah, well, look, Diabolic Ultimatum is bad. My spoiler card is also bad. Look, Flex Claws, it's also a bad card. No one's paying a 1 for go again on the hope that it might make you a Crouching Tiger. Like, no. But, cards are bad. Bad cards are bad. It doesn't mean, like, the art's not cool and there's not reasons to get excited about being given a preview card, but there's nothing in the game that currently warrants paying 3 to destroy an ally and an aura, right? Runeblade doesn't need it. Like, Runeblade doesn't need help destroying allies. And Runeblade, you know, handles auras fine. Okay, Amethyst Tiara, good. So some decent Majestics still coming through. But I don't know that they add up to enough. Amethyst Tiara is kind of fun. This is the one that gives all of your rune chants Spell Void. It's kind of really only useful in the mirror match because Wizards will just respond to it and kill you before you get the Spell Void. But yeah, it was a CF Spellfray. I'm just not super excited because I've already got a CF Spellfray. That was all I got yesterday in terms of cold foil. So, you know, I don't even particularly view it as a hit. I don't know people playing Spellfray. Some people might. Ooh, okay, that's a rainbow foil Spider's Bite. I'm probably going to buy a cold foil, but the rainbow foil one is definitely appreciated for now. Pulseweave Harpoon, that's definitely a hit from the set. I haven't decided if I'm playing Dash. I have all of the Dash cards, but I haven't decided whether I'm like going out of my way to get the rest like quickly, you know, or whether I'm, you know, doing something else. Dust from the Golden Plane. This is the trash dust. We don't want this dust. It's annoying that this is a Majestic because actually it should just be a rare. I think Themai is so much worse than like Necria and Vincerakai that you could just make it a rare and it will be fine. Jumpstart, Slay the Scholars, Berserk, Foil, okay. Foil Majestic, we'll take it. Yeah, so the hit in this box is a Cold Foil Spellfray, which is kind of like an anti-hit, really, in some ways, but that's okay. You can tell I'm not very well today because I'm losing some of my normal enthusiasm for cards, but you know, what is the current? I don't know what the current breakout Dash deck is. I haven't played Fab in ages. Ooh, Mind Warp. This is like some of the best art in the set, actually. Let's get that up to the camera and proper. Yeah, this is some of the best art in the set, in my mind. It's like the books flying everywhere. The rainbow foil looks awesome. No, so it's not the current Dash deck is basically like it's just better boost Dash, right, with the gun. It's not like Mechanoid memes. But the mech is good, like the mech is good, but it's more like Pulse Sweep Harpoon, which is this one, which gets them to reveal X numbers of cards from their hand. You know, that's really good. And, you know, Dash just got a lot of pretty good boost tools. Sorry, I'm holding this too close to my chest. You guys want to see the hits? I was considered getting a bit of camera for doing these, but then I was like, I just don't do box breaks that often, so it doesn't seem worth it. But every so often, I mean, when I'm opening my own boxes, because this is all this is just me opening the boxes for cards I need to play with, and once I've done this, I just have to go and buy whatever's missing. I was kind of hoping that would be not everything or not a lot. Good night, mate. Good night. He is in Singapore, so if it's time. Where's it? Hong Kong? I forget. Somewhere in Asia. Prognosticate foil is very nice. And that's box 2. So box 2 was a bit sad, I guess, in some ways. Let's run through. Still some good Majestics, so, you know. Yeah, I should put my face on for the box breaks, but to be honest, I'm really sick today, so I don't think anyone will want to see that. I don't even want to see it. Do I have water? I have water here. Good. So yeah, so hits in this box. Majestics wise, we didn't necessarily hit a lot of very good ones. Eradicate, great. Iron Sun Pride, great. Berserk is quite good. The Dust, not great. Amethyst Tiara is very situational. Diabolic Ultimatum and Spectral Possession just aren't going to see play any time now. Pulse Wave Harpoon is probably the best. On the foil side, I feel like Mind Warp could be fun, but I don't know, whether it will get there. Berserk is pretty good, and then the Spellfree gloves, not super excited about, but that's okay. There are always some trash cold foils in every set. And it's not to say the Spellfree gloves, like, the gloves aren't, the gloves are one of the cards that might actually see some play, but to be honest, it's hard to get excited for the second case break because I'm only breaking 2, and when yesterday's was so bad, like I really need this one to be above and beyond, to really like redeem it, and until it is above and beyond. So until I actually get a marble or something, it's just hard to get super excited about it. So we'll see. We'll see what we get to. Crankshaft, Cut to the Chase, Arachne, Felling Swing, Annals of Sutcliffe. Okay. Oh, Rainbow Foil Gold. That's actually a hit because they do not show up that often. And being Rainbow Foil is actually kind of rare as well for the token. So that one might actually be worth something. I mean, no one is necessarily going to be using the gold, but some royal hero might eventually. Let's just pause. I really need some water. Yeah. Okay, back we go. So, Fleece the Frail, Ether / Rainbow Foil, some rares. Fleece the Frail, Cut the Chase, Poison the Tip, Reincarnate, Spellfree Gloves. All I've been doing today, because I'm not very well, is just playing Marvel Snap, bit of World of Warcraft, watching the Peaky Blinders. It's been a bit of a chill day. Skullcrack, okay. Skullcrack is quite a good card. I think Brute will be coming back in a big way, and I think Skullcrack is going to be a good part of smoothing out that Brute deck so that you don't, you hit a 6 and you have resources. Long Shot, Heatseeker Foil, okay. Heatseeker's a good arrow, so we're not too upset about that. When this hits the beginning of your end phase, put top card of your deck face up into your arsenal. So you basically get a free reload, free card draw from your deck, which could be kind of useful for Azalea. Azalea got a load of power in this set. I don't know whether she'll be any good at the end of it, but, it is one of those things where she keeps getting powered. Eventually she'll be winning everything because she just keeps getting boosted. Ooh, okay, Tiger Swipe. I think that's my third one, which is good because I needed 3 of those. This is the one that gives, if Crouching Tiger was played, this becomes a 0 for 4, and then if it hits, you get to make X number of Crouching Tigers. I will say that, like, that's the card that people will block out, so if you're going to try and build that combo deck, you can't really fire until you have, you know, something that'll make it hit. So then we get a foil immobilizing shot. When it has an aim counter, it stops them playing more than one attack and non-attack action. It's not bad. The foiling is really nice. So I imagine there'll be some Ranger. You know, Azalea is one of those heroes that has a very simp isn't the word I want to use. A cult following. They even call themselves a cult. When she doesn't really deserve it, but I think a lot of people just like her aesthetic. And they're not so serious about winning all the time, like the rest of us. Foil sap. Blessings. The blessings are really fun. I really like the fact it's a cycle of blessings. I don't know which are going to be any good, but we will see. We will see. Cut to the chase. Surgical extraction foil. Boom. That is a hit. Surgical extraction seems almost short printed in some ways. So hitting a foil is definitely a hit. You know, I know a lot of people who've opened a lot of boxes, they haven't opened surgical extractions. This is the one that banishes blue cards for silver, but it also banishes a card from their hand if it hits, which makes it so powerful. Just because, you know, hand control is better than pretty much everything in the game. So, you know, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. Under the paw. Ooh, we have a cold foil. We have a cold foil invo. Oh, we have a majestic. We have a Marvel, guys. We have a Marvel. Okay, case redeemed. Marvel legendary. Invoke Soraya, the Archangel of Knowledge. Right. Perfect. And then on the back, I have to flip it. I'm not a noob. I'm flipping it. We have that amazing, amazing foiling. Absolutely adore it. That is a hit, right? Never mind anything else. This is a proper hit. A Marvel legendary. You don't get those every day. How is the centering? Ooh, okay. It's not terrible, but it looks like it might be slightly tilted to the left, or to the right slightly. On the back, it'll be fine because it's borderless, but that is a gorgeous card right there. That is... Sorry, I think I held it upside down, guys. So, yeah, there we go. I keep forgetting that I've 180'd my camera, so it's tricky to show it the exact way that I want to show it. Yeah, there we go. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, cool. Case has redeemed itself. Okay, we're doing a bit better. We're doing a bit better, guys. I know someone who'll probably buy this straight away, to be honest. So that would be pretty easy to sell. Opening the Marvels does feel like really good. That's one thing that they really did succeed at in this set. It's just... When they brought the whole Marvel concept in, it really did just make opening booster boxes feel so much more fun, because it's not just about hitting, you know, the normal version of the card. It's about hitting the shiniest version of the card. And, like, there's a non-foil, non-Marvel version of this. A rainbow foil one. Sorry, there's a rainbow foil one, because it's a legendary, and it's a legendary card, so you only need one anyway. So the fact that there's a really shiny version doesn't really affect the value for anyone else. It's just there are some Prism people out there who will want every single one of them, right? So, you know, even if she's banned, she will be back eventually. Roar of the Tiger, good. I need some of those as well. There's the Crouching Tiger synergy. Definitely need some of that. This is the one that gives +1 to all of your Crouching Tigers. So you play 1 or 2 of those at the start of the turn, you actually have a combo. Otherwise, they're just coming in for 0, and it's like, okay, this doesn't actually do anything. So Spectral Rider, Foil, Drill Shot, Scramble Pulse. Scramble Pulse is quite good as well. Mech got really a lot of support in this set for like the boost. The boost style of play. Waterglow Lanterns. Oh, Mind State of Tiger. Okay, the Katsu rares are coming out now. We're liking it. We're liking it. This is the one that makes a Crouching Tiger in your hand at the start of a turn. The idea is that you put something like Roar of the Tiger in Arsenal, and you play the Mind State of the Tiger the turn before, and then you'd kind of go in with 2 Tigers minimum, and you'd set it up so that you could draw it. Blessing of Focus, right? Amazing, amazing foiling. The foiling on the cards in this game is, let's put it this way, it puts every single Kickstarter Asian TCG foiling to shame, right? Because the artists clearly put a ton of time and energy into just making the foiling perfect, right? And I will say that it pays off. Even for commons, like, it pays off, right? Because the cards in this game just look fantastic. Oh, another Surgical Extraction. Boom, guys, boom. Okay, good. So I only need one more of those. So we're definitely doing well on the Assassin. I've got 3 Leave No Witnesses. I've got 1 Payout, and I've got 2 Surgical Extractions. And we just need 2 more then. Oh, another Iron Song Pride. Okay, this is a fire box. Like, I never play Warrior, so opening stuff like Iron Song Pride is great for me because those are just a straight sell, and I have a feeling they'll be worth a decent chunk. Oh, it's not a marvel, guys, but what was I saying earlier about double legendary boxes? What was I saying earlier about how it feels really unfair if you don't open one, and they're really nice if you do? What was I saying? I was saying something. This is a cold foil Emperor. I'm never going to play this class, so I don't really mind. I do not really mind opening one. We'll see if there's a market for them. I'm not sure there will be, but, you know, I can't really complain. That box was fire. I think they have both... No, so my case yesterday was terrible. Like, if you weren't here earlier, I kind of showed off what I got. My cold foils were 2 Imperial Ledgers, 2 Spellfray equipments, and I got a Rainbow Foil Assassin mask, but I got some quite good legendaries and this EA Regicide, but it was nowhere like, you know, I didn't get a legendary, I didn't get a lot of stuff, you know, so it kind of felt a bit rough. But this one I feel like has redeemed it. So box 2, guys, box 2. Let's not forget our lovely Drakai of Aesir. This centering is actually much better. The corners are actually really clean. And because it's only one-sided, I actually think, you know, I might get someone else to have a look at this, but this is actually a potential like 9.5 if I wanted to grade it. Now, I don't grade cards, but if I did, then of course we have our lovely Soraya. Oh my god, that really nearly gave me a heart attack when I flipped that. On the Rainbow Foils, like Surgical Extraction is going to be a super popular card, so the Rainbow Foil is good. Gold, obviously, Rainbow Foil is going to be super rare because it's short printed. Immobilizing Shot, Heat Seeker, a lot of Azalea cards. And then Iron Song Pride, Regicide, lots of Katsu stuff, Skullcrack. You know, this was a good box. Those were really good Majestics. So, you know, yeah, we did really well there, guys. We did really well. And because hope springs eternal, there is still one box left, which could have something spicy in. It could have something very spicy in. Yeah, for sure. To clarify, because I'm not, none of the marvels really interest me. Like, I'm just not that keen, right, on any of them, to be honest. I don't necessarily think the gun from Mech looks pretty cool, but I don't actually like the art style that much, if I'm honest. For me, if they were like full art and had a lot less of the black on them, they'd be a lot nicer. So they just don't really appeal to me in the same way. But, you know, people are happy about them, people are liking them, so I'm not going to take that away from anyone. Just to say that personally, I'm not super vibing with them. But what I do need, of course, is the cold foil assassin stuff. Spider's Bite, the helm, the boots. So those are going to cost a fair bit to get. So opening one of those would have been really nice, but look, I'm kind of going to assume the spice has been tapped out of this box, but, you know, if it hasn't, then we'll see where we get to. We'll see where we get to. Oh, another Leave No Witnesses. Really great call. Really great card. Some more Spellfray. Spellfray, not as bad as a lot of people think. Like, people have played it. People played it at the Pro Tour. Like, when you're in an aggro meta and you kind of just need to race the wizard, then suddenly it becomes, like, just very viable to just run Spellfray. And then you don't have to pitch, you just have to stop that one turn. So, like, if Kano's going combo with Ether Wildfire, for example, you don't need to stop Kano. You just need to stop 1 or 2 points of damage on one specific turn. And if on that turn you're also threatening lethal, then, you know, Spellfray is the perfect solution. So really you have to ask yourself, if you're thinking about it, is, do I need another Heat Seeker? I don't know about all these Ranger cards. Hopefully people buy them. I feel like Ranger is a lot more popular than she has any right to be. So hopefully people will buy them. Though I've had a lot of other Ranger cards that just aren't selling. I have a lot of first edition Ranger cards. Okay, that's a foil Spectral Procession. It's not a good card now, but there is obviously, like, if you haven't copped this yet, there is obviously an Illusionist in a future set that plays with Ward and Spectral Shields and stuff like that. Like, there is obviously one. There's just too much support for the theme without actually, you know, having a hero that does it or a weapon that does it. So I don't know if new Prism might be more like Spectral Shield focused, with like a Spectral Shield focused weapon or something. I don't know. Tranquil Passing foil, just some rares. Okay, halfway through the 4th box, we're doing all right, I think. My mind has been turned upside down about this case. I'm feeling very good about the whole thing now. Puncture, some blessings. It's amazing how all it takes really to turn things around is just a little bit of shine, you know, a little bit of happiness. Blessing of Spirits as well. Like, not only does it have some of the best art in the set, and the best foils in the set, but the ability to create 3 Spectral Shields is not to be underrated, right? You know, it's actually huge, the ability to create 3 Spectral Shields. Really can't, like, I mean, I played Prism for the first Pro Tour, so, you know, I hope you're enjoying the ASMR pack opening, by the way. I am opening the packs nice and close to the thing. Ooh, Savage Beatdown, very nice. Definitely getting the Brute Majestics as well. Again, like, in some ways it's good to get the cards that I'm never going to play, because I can maybe sell them or trade them. But in the other ways, it's like, well, if I could just open, you know, the cards I need, then that would be easy. But I'll have to do an inventory of what I got soon. Shred, Crankshaft, Steel Braid, Bracers, okay. A lot of this is going to recycling, to be honest. Recycle if you can. All the packs are getting recycled. Cleave. Cleave is okay. Like, they might be trying to set up the axe as a thing for Dorinthia to play into Dromai. Whether that will work, I don't know. Like, it's not like Dawnblade has a bad matchup into Dromai already. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. The axe is pretty cool, to be honest. Whether it ends up being good or not, that's something. Rainbow Foil Shred, yeah, we like that. We like that. Shield Bash, we like Shield Bash. Okay, we may have seen the spice from this case already, guys, but we have about 6 packs left, and we haven't hit the cold foil, so, you know, there may still be some spice left. We can't really say for sure. Nix the Nimble, Jumpstart. Okay, some more rares. No, I'm putting the rares off to the side because basically I've already sorted the commons from my first case and I got a playset of pretty much everything. So I'm just putting the rares off to one side and then I have to go through them and figure out because there's like 10 cards or something I'm missing. Then I'll put everything into folders. I like to keep everything in folders, just go, it's fairly easy to access. The only problem really with putting things in folders is that I get very guilty because I don't dismantle my decks fast enough. Because it takes a lot of energy to put the decks back into the folders. How are we really light on Majestics? We are actually. We've only had five Majestics and a Rainbow Foil, which is not a lot actually. And there's only 4 packs left, so hopefully we hit something. Cool. This is going to be a very light box. to make up for the incredibly heavy box that we had before. Okay, we have a rock. Everyone likes a bit of a rock. That's actually a very, very good card. So, you know, brute players should be happy actually to have rock, because it is just a lot of free damage if you set it up properly and you build a deck around it. Okay, rob the rich, point the tips, see a stone, a tome of AO. Okay, this could be good at some point. Like, again, what we're seeing with Illusionist in this set is a lot of cards that are like, you know, they're hinting at what Prism could do next or what Illusionist will do next, but they're not really doing anything. Okay, Buckle. Okay, so the Majestics are coming through now. We haven't had a cold foil though, and this is the last pack, so you know we might get a non-cold foil case or box, or this could be the spiciest thing we've seen all day. Let's just have a bit of a slow look then. So Key Unleashed, Reinforced Steel, Rune Chant, Ether Slash, Cut to the Chase. Nah, for fuck's sake. Spellfray, guys. Spellfray is the bane of my existence. I'm up to my ears in Spellfray. Now, I didn't have the tiara, I will say that. And the tiara is gorgeous. Like, it really is gorgeous. But, you know, you can't really... I don't know what to say. Not as good as opening something that you actually like, you know? All right, there we go. This case was significantly better than my last case, which is Progress. This one actually had potential to pay off the boxes, and the last one paid off maybe one box. So, you know, we're feeling kind of better. This is my only 2 cases of Dynasty I'm opening, so I've cut back, to be honest. I think when it comes to supplemental sets where I'm not likely to collect like all of the heroes. So like if someone brings out a set like Uprising, right? Where I play Wizard, I play Illusionist, and I play Ninja. I bought like 4 cases because I was like, well, I need every legendary, and I'm gonna have to open them because they're gonna be stupid in price. And then Nats was coming up and Pro Tour 2 was coming up, and I was like, I just have to open it. For this set, because there's so many Majestics, I just don't need. I'm a lot less keen to open the set. I'm a lot more keen to buy singles. And these are all foil, by the way. Put them in the box, the lovely Flesh and Blood Dragon box, which is where I'm currently keeping all of my Uprising until I sort it out, just so it's a bit organized, and then I'll be putting it into the folders. And yeah. All right, well, for those of you who joined me for breaking this box, thank you very much. For those of you who are watching this later, you know, I hope you've had an interesting experience. There was definitely some spice available, so, you know, thanks a lot for joining me. I know I don't do this all the time, but that is that. I don't have the boxes to open really, and I don't really want to start a business where I'm opening and selling case breaks, because that hasn't really traditionally gone down well in the UK. So, you know, it's better to just do it every now and then. Anyway, all right, I'm going to go back to being sick. I'm probably going to go back to bed, but, you know, now the sorting and trading and selling starts for the set, which is kind of one of the more fun parts anyway. So talk to you all soon.